Welcome back, film fans. Just thought I'd quickly jump on to a kind of somber note, really, to pay my respects to William Friedkin, the American director who passed away today at the age of 87. Of course, William Friedkin's most renowned for directing probably that 1-2 punch in the early 70s of both The French Connection and The Exorcist, both of which were nominated for Best Director, and he won French Connection. So, yeah, Friedkin's reputation mainly rests upon that impact that he made in the early 70s. He, of course, kind of emerged alongside the movie brats of New Hollywood, and he was seen as a kind of, I suppose, enfant terrible of the bunch, of someone who kind of made these risque movies. The Exorcist, of course, being very notorious back in the day, and a huge financial success. I think it was the highest grossing film ever to that point, I think. It would have been eclipsed by, gone to be eclipsed by Jaws. And of course, there's a bit of an irony here that The Sorcerer, which is the film he made after the success of The Exorcist, was both a critical and commercial flop. I think it opened the same week as Star Wars in '77. So there's a bit of a reversal of fortune for Friedkin there, and he never really kind of regained that kind of critical commercial standing and stature that he had, despite the fact there's multiple films since that have been kind of really reappraised. Cruising, which it stars Al Pacino trying to track down this serial killer in the gay S&M underworld scene from 1980, I believe. It's been critically reappraised, as has kind of To Live and Die in LA. That seems a kind of cult classic now. He really excelled at kind of doing the kind of cop crime thrillers, I think. Although The Exorcist probably stands as greatest testament as a director. So kind of a sudden shocking loss, even though despite his age, given his age, 87 years old. And we're kind of entering that time now, I'm afraid, where for us movie fans, it's going to be quite a difficult period, I think, where the kind of a lot of us with the movie brat generation of New Hollywood, the directors that really kind of emerged and made some absolute masterworks during the 70s and the 80s, and some of them still continue to do so, right? You know, the kind of that holy trinity of Coppola, Scorsese, and Spielberg, Brian De Palma. All these guys now are really getting on, and we're going to start, unfortunately, losing more and more of them. It's just going to happen. And we lost Peter Bogdanovich last year, director, for example, of The Last Picture Show. Probably his most critically lauded film. And now we've lost William Friedkin. So, yeah, I just thought I'd come on to essentially pay my respects, do a quick little overview. I think what I will do is, as a kind of appreciation of Friedkin's, maybe do a kind of mini season of his films, right? Maybe cover those 5 films in particular. It might be a bit harder now for me to review both Cruising and To Live and Die in LA, because they're a little bit hard to get hold of. I think they're going out of print from Arrow, but I might be wrong. But I will certainly look at and probably discuss French Connection, The Exorcist with you guys, and Sorcerer, which is actually a film I've never seen. And that's really received critical reevaluation since it flopped way back in '77. So I'll probably review and discuss with you guys those 3 films. Yeah, big blow, really big blow. Kind of really a symbol of kind of the cultural importance of film in the '70s, right? I just can't imagine a film like The Exorcist, right? Can you picture it? That was the highest grossing film at one point. A horror movie that was a kind of serious, almost like art house horror movie that was rated an 18. You'd never see that now be a huge success. Never mind the highest grossing film of all time. A huge financial success. You never really see anything like that these days. I think it's typical of the trend of where cinema's gone. In fact, Friedkin spoke about this a couple of years before his death. Again, speaking out, similar to Scorsese, criticising the kind of Marvel, the superhero, that kind of trend in cinema that's kind of really pushing out kind of art house independent films from the spotlight. And of course, Friedkin was a major cinephile. You just have to look up him talking about his favourite movies and directors, and you can see his passion for cinema, right? So yeah, major blow. Feel free to leave your thoughts and comments and your tributes below. And yeah, I'll kick off a Friedkin season over the next few days. Maybe in conjunction with some other videos, ideas that I might have lined up. So yeah, rest in peace, William Friedkin. He was a good one. He was one of the good ones. And as always, guys, take care.